Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of A.T.O.M RPG. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we kill a bunch of Morlocks. What are they called? Morlocks, yeah, they're absolutely what they're called, and they're nasty. They're very, very strong, and they don't go down easily. And also they have a tremendous amount of damage resistance. I'm not really sure what it is, but it is. It is. And it's not very easy to bring them down. Last episode we had to resort to safe scanning, which is totally fine. And we found ourselves some diesel fuel. Also, we found a Scorpion, and we found a Saiga A. 12 gauge pellets? That's the AK-47 that has been converted. Is it? Let's see. Big game hunting was a hobby of many Soviet generals and top-ranking Communist Party officials, including several general secretaries. This ultra-rare full-auto magazine-fed shotgun was designed specifically to cater to their needs. Was it? Because I thought it was designed specifically for crowd control. I think I read about it, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. And specifically, automatic shotguns are designed for crowd control. And because they're shotguns, and they fire very fast. I think this one in particular is the AK-47 that's designed to that's rechambered for a 12. Is it 12 magazine? 12 round magazine? Does it say? 9. It's a 9, at least on this game anyway. I saw it for the first time. Interestingly enough, I saw it before I actually saw it in a video game. I was looking while I was playing for the first time the Misery mod for Stalker. There's a lot of plastic skeletons on this side though, so there you go. What is that? The rusty PPS 43. I can take it because it might have bullets in it. It does not. And a yellow notepad. It's not very yellow, but sure, it is yellowed. And I saw it because I was looking for automatic shotguns, just out of curiosity on the Wikipedia or whatever. And I found out that there's such a thing as an AK-47 that has been turned into a shotgun. And I was like, ooh, this is weird and interesting. And then, like 2 or 3 days later, this was all off camera, of course, because I played Misery before I started the channel. I did do a Let's Play of Misery. The Stalker. I'm talking about a Stalker mod, if it's not clear. A Stalker. Stalker is a game. Yeah, and then 2 or 3 days later, I found it in the game, and I'm like, what? It exists here? And obviously, I was looking into weapons, because Stalker is a game that has a lot of weapons, and it's all connected. So the coincidence isn't that enormous, but it is still enormous, because it's the only game that I know, well, one of 2 games that I know to have the weapon, and this is the other game, which is also probably connected, because they... Well, I wouldn't say it's connected, because it's a mod. It's not necessarily the official games that has it. Saiga A, yeah. And I use it for big game hunting in that game. Unfortunately, the big game in that game is made out of teeth and radioactive things. And it's just bad. It will kill you. And also plastic skeletons. They don't exist in Stalker, though, because they know what they're talking about. When they talk about skeletons, they do. There's some corpses, though. I don't remember the way the corpses are displayed in that game. In Stalker. And over here, we have a server room. I would say... This is not a 19... No, this is a 1986 sort of server room. What kind of machinery is here, I wouldn't know, but that it's still working is incredible. Yeah, as in unbelievable. I cannot give it credence. That's where unbelievable also meaning I cannot believe it. Yeah, I don't see how they would be able to maintain it working without proper maintenance. So I'm not gonna say that room working or that server working means that there are people who are still alive in here, even though as I say that I get into a room that has a working computer for one, and that would be I don't know. I'm sure some of you do. This is another working computer over up here. Unless that's like another thing. But there were computers like this. So I think these are all modeled after real-life computers. But they're not necessarily telling us a story. It's not environmental storytelling or anything. It's just they put some computers in here and we can do things with that one. Oh! Now here we have something completely different. Orbit. It's a satellite. That's Orbita, but whatever. V dock. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Status. Active. Activie. Something. And not net something or other. Yeah, it's the colors probably tell everything. And that'll be Cosmos for yeah. I don't remember. Well, I don't remember many of these. That or the H. The H is an N? Is that what it is? Can I? Yeah. Yeah, probably. NAS? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's satellite things. What are those supposed to mean? That's Norway? What the heck is that supposed to be? Then we have more things over here. And status here. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So this would be the USSR. All of it, right? Did it go down here? That's interesting. Oh, yeah, of course, because this is the ocean. Right. Okay. Yeah. So that would be sort of more or less the USSR. And then we have Finland over here. And then we have Sweden. And then there's Norway that is highlighted. And the United Kingdom over here are highlighted as well. And Canada and the United States. The United States is at blue, though. Why would these be highlighted? Australia, too. And Japan. Either way. And these are satellite orbits. That's how they work. That's how, yeah. So this is maintaining the satellite, which is even more unbelievable. Also, we have an RGB projector up there, which is pretty cool. Which is even more unbelievable because the servers are not doing some nonsense thing that doesn't really matter. They're doing super important data work that is, realistically at least, needs constant input and supervision from people. Because when we think about how a 14 kilobyte data thingy, whatever, sent people to the moon for the first time, it feels very incredible because 14 kilobyte can't, you know, like you make a blank Word document, it's more than that. It's just like that, and it feels incredible, but it's just used in a very different way, or it was used anyway, and this was, of course, 25 years before the end of the world in this game. But still, it was used in a very different way to the way we use computers today. And just science uses computers today. And even 30 years ago. Those 14... Oh, nice. Those 14 kilobytes were used... Like, sometimes you only need 1 kilobyte. Or you only need 1 byte to store something important, because if it's a binary, you only need the byte, right? Well, actually, you don't even need the byte; you need the bit. It's a binary, so it's how powerful it can be. But if you want to make like a full graphic user interface and have all the frills and whatever, that's just very wasteful in terms of memory. But if you have it, it's not wasted. It's just, it's just the thing that you have. You have a good computer, and you can have graphical interface. But yeah, still, what I mean is, computers for today that are maintaining satellites are designed to be supervised at all times. These would have to be supervised too. Unless they're not. Unless the game specifically says that they're not. Look at all this! Look at all this! Moskva? Minsk? Yeah, that's an N. Kiev. Oh, dang it. Kuivyevsk. Krasno. Sure, absolutely. But those are the look at them. It's all broken and stuff. Of course it is. Of course it is. That's just how it works. But it's still all working. So how it works is absolutely it does, baby. Oh, it does work. So here we go. The magic, the wonders of Soviet technology. How does that line go in the ludicrously unrealistic movie about somebody going to space and punching in some things and saying the line, I think, is like, it doesn't matter if it's Russian or American, it's all made in Taiwan or something like that, which is actually not true. And also it super matters, and also that's not how those computers work. Anyway, this morning I, Nikolai Andreevsky Golitsyn, in clear mind and healthy body, decided to disallow the launch of the ICBMs stationed under this base. And that would be, for those of you who don't know, intercontinental ballistic missile. Leading a small group of fellow humanists, I confiscated the launch codes from the guard regiment, and barricaded myself. Even as I write this, the comrades that did not approve of my decision are trying to break down the door. They seem to be led by Lieutenant Belov. They... something or other. I can explain my actions by past events. The machines already made mistakes and informed us of a nuclear launch from the American side, when in reality there was none. And this is actually a thing that happened in real life more than once, on both sides. Yay! Everybody could be dead today, and yes, and tomorrow, for all we know. It's the joys of nuclear holocaust. What if we were not attacked? In that case, if I ignore the calling of my heart, the war will surely start, and it will be my fault. As a man, a citizen, a father, I do not wish to become the one who set this world on fire. But you are a jerk who puts commas in the wrong place, so I don't like you either. Greenhorns, wild, evil boys that became officers by whim of some madmen. Of course, they would like to launch that nuke. They want to see the world burn. Someone scratches at the door all night. I beg of anyone who reads this not to think of me as a traitor. I don't understand why anybody would think of you as a traitor when you're putting things like that on paper. It's the opposite, in fact. Hey, Mom, somebody writes. I had a dream that you were on fire. And not just you, the whole house. And the green, because she's part of the house, and the green garden outside where people dry their clothes on ropes. It was like this, dash. I returned from the army. Ran up to hug you. I'm hugging you, and you're burning. There's flame coming in through the throat, through the eye sockets and nostrils. I swallow it and become red, like a glowing ember. Why anybody would write this to their mother is beyond me. But then again, somebody like that probably would have dreams like this. It's not scary at all to burn. Oh, yeah, that is explaining why they would write this. So the much scarier is the wind, is that the wind is too strong, and sooner or later, when we turn to ashes, it will rend us asunder and carry us God knows where, because that's how people burn. You do realize that when you turn to ashes, you're already all broken on the floor. So there's no such thing as like rending you asunder by the wind. You're already rent asunder by the fire, and also the wind, the fire makes itself. Why would I get such nightmares, Mom? It must be because of what Officer Belov said. When we lost contact with HQ, he told us the war had started. But I know everything is fine and that you still wait for me. I'm writing this to laugh at it later. Now, tell me how is our... And the rest of the letter is unreadable. Why is it unreadable? I suppose it's just because it doesn't matter. I think it's not necessarily because they died when they were writing that. Okay. A huge hulk of a computer is lit by a single lamp in the dusty hall. Thinking over your every step you get near it. The digital giant is covered in dust. But it seems like it can still work. I'm gonna look closer at the computer. The computer is no different from any others. It's just a computer. I mean, how complex could it be? But it seems like a dreadful aura surrounds it somehow. A chill runs up your spine and crawls into your brain. You feel a freezing touch of fear. Okay. My technology is very good. I'm gonna try to turn on the computer. The giant computer does not react, even though it obviously does. You scratch the back of your head. Click your fingers. The answer was there all along. In the shape of a huge red button labeled launch. You push it and the machine comes to life. Why would you do that? Look at all the displays. Some text is frozen on the displays. It reads target number 1. 33 degrees, 16 minutes, 26.4 seconds north. Okay, that would be... That'd be pretty low on Russia's latitude. So I don't think this is Russia. It wouldn't be Russia. Target. Oh no, I didn't read the rest. 116 degrees, 41 seconds, and 36.1 minute. Sorry, the other way. 41 minutes and 36 seconds west. So that would be, yeah, that would be America. And of course, I would say probably Washington, D.C. I don't actually know on the degrees, though. I don't know. How long does it go for? 116 degrees. That's out of 180 degrees, I think. The maximum is 180 degrees. Because then you go 180 degrees east. And you start counting down, back down to 0. I think that's how it goes. If you're noting the coordinates from here. Yeah, I think that would be 116 would be about... Oh, actually, that's West Coast. That must be West Coast. Because GMT is about 0 degrees. So, no, it can't be West Coast. Because West Coast is like 9 hours. No, 8 hours. 7? No, it's 8 hours. Yeah. So, if it is 8 hours... Yeah, this is West Coast. Target number 2. A little bit further north, and a lot further inland. And target number 3 is a lot further north. That's like, oh, that's probably Great Britain. Yeah, that sounds like Great Britain. 43 degrees north, and 4 degrees west. That sounds like, yeah, London or something. Warning: only one warhead ready for launch. Warhead here. Your head starts spinning. No, it doesn't. The control terminal looks pretty simple. Some tumblers, a lever, 3 handlers, and 5 buttons with numbers on them. The first 3 of which glow slightly. There is 1 button labeled cancel. Can I just cancel? The display clicks and changes once more. Now you see the following text. Are you sure you want to disarm the warhead? Press 1 to continue, press 2 to cancel. Yes. Are you completely sure you want to abort the launch? Press 1 to continue, press 2 to cancel. I can't do that. No, Boris! Do not abort the launch! Let us get those bastards one last time! And my toolbar shows up one last time. Again, you turn to the display. They read, are you completely sure you want to abort the launch? You press the button and nothing special happens. I disagree, but sure, because that thing turned off. The displays around you blink and go dim. Only for a moment, you notice a new phrase on the screen. Launch aborted. Everything happens really fast, and you are left with only a feeling of a job well done, as if you actually did something good. Did I really disarm a nuclear warhead? Probably not. Don't get in or over your head. Also, oxygen. I tell you what. Seriously. That's beside the point. No, he didn't, because these, I mean, it's the same story with the computers, I guess. None of this is operational, I'm sure. A nuclear warhead needs constant maintenance. It would not work. It probably wouldn't even launch. It probably wouldn't even launch, let alone detonate. Because the engines themselves, they wouldn't work. Like, you just blow up, at most, if you were unlucky. Otherwise, it would just do nothing, because the reactions are so complicated and weird. It's just like, It wouldn't do anything. Now, of course, I'm not a rocket scientist myself, mind you. But what I'm saying here is based on the amount of money that today nuclear powers spend every year to maintain their nuclear arsenal is ridiculous. It is so much money, and in fact, I think I read it somewhere that the United States is or was or something planning on decommissioning old nuclear bombs and like lower payload nuclear bombs because they were just so expensive to maintain that it really didn't matter. You didn't need them. Oh, it turned off all the things. Huh. That you don't need them even if you are gonna deploy the end of the world. Well, yeah, because the United States has like something like 52,000 nuclear warheads or something ridiculous like that. But it's super high maintenance stuff, and also it's like the other part of me is I don't know if I did everything. I'm just checking. The other part of me is also still and will be forever mad at Bethesda for thinking that if you shoot a nuclear-powered car, it's gonna blow up. No, and also Fallout didn't have nuclear-powered cars, and that's just And if you didn't know that, that's okay. It's not immediately addressed in the original game, or the original 2 games for that matter. Is this the way out? This is the way out, and I can take my radioactive suit that basically killed me because I lost so much strength I couldn't move. Actually, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's see how fast it takes me to die, and how exactly it works. Because I'm not really sure. Let's see. First off, I'm gonna need a little bit of healing. So I will use the stimulants. Immediately addicted. Your face is addicted. Seriously, that sucks so hard. This. Are we good? Do we need another one? No. Okay, we're good. We're good. As long as I'm not on the yellow, I'm good. So let's see how fast I die. Arrive here. Let's see if I can cross this. Immediately oh, that. I'm coughing. Ooh, I lost a tremendous amount of health. I'm maxed out. He just maxed out. Huh. Well, I guess because you don't lose maximum health, you lose maximum health and actual health. So if I hadn't healed, no, I'd still be okay. It was only 24, but I would still be at 5 HP now. Out of 36, but still 5 HP. But it doesn't, not much happens. And if I do this, I still have it. So was it a bug? The last time, remember when I applied that and I lost all the things? I think it might have been a bug, and they might have fixed it. Good on them. Good stuff. I'm glad that I got it though, because that way I can save some of the items that I never use. Yay! And we can. I hear you. And we can continue exploring this place because we didn't explore it completely, even though we disabled the computers, which is good. I suppose it is good. It's actually not. It's terrible. Because well, if you're hopeful, you think maybe some scientists would show up in here and look at the computers and learn things, because it is true. There's a lot of scientific development in there, and shutting down the computers is bad because you're actively erasing memory. That's temporary, and never mind temporary, just the procedural setups and things that are not written down because everything is classified and whatnot. Yeah, so if you're hopeful, maybe scientists could show up over here and thank you, and study things, but most likely they wouldn't, and now they never will because I turned off the computers. Well, they might show up. They just are gonna be like, who turned these off? That jerk! Look at that! Now we don't know how to put this. Yeah. Got good things in here. But only those good things in there. Ooh, a canteen with things. I don't need canteen with things. I threw away mine. The old ones. Okay. And then there is another room. All of them have rats, but this room has the nice floor that I like. Does it not have a rat? It does have a rat. I barely saw you. It's very hard to see, in fact. There we go. It is sort of interesting to think of how rats in other rooms would react to, in real life, to firearm sounds. Because in this game, if they... Like, you'd think they would probably... Oh, there's combat! We should go there. You'd aggro everybody because it's so loud. But in real life, I'm not really sure that would happen, even if rats were aggressive. Even if rats wouldn't be deterred by you firing a pistol at them and just being afraid of the sound. Even if they didn't... even if they weren't afraid of the sound. I would still think that they would probably get a little bit skittery and just be like, I don't feel like staying here anymore. I'm just gonna go into that hole over there. And we have a long path ahead of us in regards to exploration of this place. So we can call it a day today because we're out of time for the day. So yeah, and so for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Atom RPG. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.